Hey everybody, this is Doa, and I am so excited to be back casting another match in the round of 8 of the LastPlayerStanding.com's Open Tournament number 2. Let's just jump right into it. It's another PvZ. Here we've got our Protoss player Oddz, and you guys might remember Oddz from the last LastPlayerStanding.com Open number 1 that was. He actually is one of the art directors for wellplayed.org, a very good Protoss player, made it to 3rd last time. Looks like he's made it to the quarterfinals of this tournament, and he has got a pretty beastly opponent in front of him. It is a Zerg player whose ID says Kirka, but actually it is none other than BoongBoongprime.we. That's right, I was GSL player going up against the art director for Well Played. You can only see it here, LastPlayerStanding.com. Pretty awesome stuff. I love these opening tournaments, you know, and I really encourage everybody who wants to have a chance to play against one of these top Korean pros that get to play in the GSL to sign up. I mean, anyone can sign up, so why not go ahead and give it a try? This one's been tons more successful than the first one, so they're definitely growing quite a bit. I'm happy to cast for them. Again, this of course is Doa. How you guys doing today? My voice might sound a little bit low and growly because I just woke up and I wanted to get casting. I don't cast any GSL today, so I've got plenty of time. Planning on trying to cast the entire rest of the round of 8 today, get that uploaded for you guys. And then we'll get the rest of the tournament up as the week kind of progresses here. So yeah, PvZ on Crevasse. Crevasse, not a map we see in the GSL anymore, and I'm kind of torn on it a little bit. I mean, I liked the map, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't my favorite map. So yeah, I guess I'm not too sad to see it go, but it's still a cool map. Looks like we've got BoongBoongprime going for a hatch first on this map, which again, you know, is safe. Remember, the creep does extend right to here, so you can't like pylon in your opponent's base or something if you go forge first as a Protoss player. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Oddz is going to go ahead and go for the Nexus first, so that is pretty cool. Nexus first against hatch first, and you know, if the Zerg isn't able to put any pressure on it, that does give the Protoss a nice little boost that they wouldn't normally get in a lot of PvZs. There's not a lot of situations where you can go Nexus first, but kind of cool to get to see it. That was kind of one of the neat things that I did like about this map, is that it really gave you the opportunity to have a super economic opening, which I don't think there's really any other maps out there like that you can do it that safely on. I mean, you can do it on other maps like, you know, I don't know, maybe Teldrim, maybe Terminus, but it's not quite as safe as it was on Crevasse, so that is kind of something that I'm going to miss. So it looks like we do have Oddz getting down his forge, and his gateway is going to go ahead and put a complete wall off here. Makes sense. You don't want to leave your wall open. That's a little bit dangerous to do in PvZ or really anything versus Z these days. Meanwhile, things are scouting. Things are going quite well. Now, I thought that this was a rich gas. It actually was for a while, but in this version of the map, it is just a regular gas, in case you guys are wondering. Some versions of the map, this gas is rich, so it gives you a lot more per trip, but not this one. Regular old gas, regular old probe, doing some regular old scouting, getting killed by some regular old Zerglings under the regular overlord. A very regular death for this probe soon. Actually, he's running. Run, probe, run! But who knows if we'll get away, rather. Blah. Can't talk straight so early in the morning. We'll get back to that fight later. Oh, probe's regaining shields. It's a good sign. Alright, so we're up to 2 gas now. And I'm kind of curious to see what Oddz is going to do out of this. He's got a lot of different options. A lot of players prefer to do the Stargate lately. And will the probe get back to the base? It looks like he will. Probe's going to be just fine. Oh, and the cannon even getting a little bit of revenge on the Zergling. How dare you touch my Zergling? So, anyway, we've got BoongBoongprime going for a pretty fast Zergling speed. He did get his first gas here. And it does keep it a little bit safer. It makes me wonder, I guess, if he still thinks that's a rich gas too, because that's, you know, the strategy that you'd see a lot of Zerg players do back when they had that on this map. So it could be that he doesn't know. Taking a very fast third too. Just by seeing the wall, I think he knows exactly what's up, you know, as far as what Oddz is doing, so he knows that it is going to be pretty safe to take a wall like this. Or take a third like this, that is. Should be okay. And Oddz doing some forward scouting with the Zealot. I always like cringe a little bit when I see this because, I mean, yeah, you can get in, possibly do a little bit of damage, you'll have a good scout, you can see things, but, you know, every unit is so important in early game PvZ right now that it makes me worry a little bit, but I suppose technically there's nothing, you know, wrong with doing it this way. I've got the life bars on everything, the very controversial life bars always on. Looks like that Zealot will be taken out here. I don't know how I feel about life bars on. I don't really mind it too much, but I know it really bothers some people. I prefer to have it off, so I'll go ahead and turn it off. I was actually playing quite a bit. Yep, so there is the Stargate for Oddz. He's going to go ahead and make a Void Ray right away, and he's got potential to go ahead and do some damage to this. It's going to be up, of course, by the time the Void Ray gets there, long before there. The hatchery finishes right now. But see, here is what most Zerg players are doing normally anyway right now. They're getting that early Evo chamber just because it's so useful. I mean, you can get a lot of times +1 for your Zerglings, or +1 for your ground weapons is what a lot of people do. And then you can also get Spore Crawlers, which keeps you safe more or less against air, but you know, it also has that side bonus of keeping you able to detect Dark Templar if the Protoss decides to do that. Looks like these rocks are going to get taken out by BoongBoongprime as well. He's going to try to bust in there. Oh, does he actually get... Oh, man, that was very dangerously close to a surround on that sentry, but the Zerglings do get in. They will see the Stargate. They'll see everything. They'll see the second Stargate. They did see it, didn't they? They did. That is actually huge. I mean, seeing one Stargate isn't too surprising, but they saw both Stargates. That is not good news for Oddz at all, so now BoongBoongprime knows exactly what's coming. Quite a big investment to go double Stargate against Zerg. And yeah, we do have 2 Spore Crawlers on the way, as well as a lair going up right away for BoongBoongprime, getting some more gas. He's going to need to tech a little bit to be able to hold this off. And what does he have here? He has 1 Queen and 1 Spore Crawler, so he should be in pretty good safe. Or pretty good shape, I should say. Pretty good safe. It's like I'm talking about how safe he really is. He's pretty good, safe, and really safe. Add more safe sounding words than they're like pillowy. I don't know. So 3 Void Rays out right now and a Phoenix as well for Oddz. And how much damage is that going to be able to do? He could try to focus down one of the Spore Crawlers, but with all these Queens here, I think Oddz is going to have a very, very difficult time trying to really do any damage to this. We'll have to see, though. Looks like he's going to be coming in. And yeah, right away, Phoenix is taking damage. He's going to try to focus down the Spore Crawler. This Void Ray getting very, very low. Micro it away. Oddz, okay, he does micro it away. Takes quite a bit of damage, though. Does take out the Spore Crawler, and maybe we'll take out a Queen, but, you know, there are more Queens here. Actually, BoongBoongprime not really sending his Queens in quite as often as I would think. You know, he's only sending in 1 at a time, trying to focus on the other Spore Crawler. Oh, Void Ray does go down. And the Queen's doing more damage to the Void Rays. I think Oddz is overextending a little bit here. That's so many Queens. And lifting up the Queen that has a lot of health. I don't know if that was the best decision. Then this Void Ray is going to go down. Oh no, and I really feel like Oddz is losing way too much to this. He is killing a lot of Queens, it is true. But, you know, it does make me worry a little bit. He's down to 1 Void Ray with very low health. He does have a good amount of Phoenix Stone that looks like a big counterattack with Zerglings going across the map from BoongBoongprime. Gonna have to try to do some damage there. The Hydra Den is just finishing for BoongBoongprime right now. I don't know where it is, but it's around there somewhere. Phoenix is trying to fly about, get some scouting, be annoying as they possibly can. And missile attacks going up as well. There's the Hydra Den, and so of course Oddz does know about this, and he's gonna have to be a little bit more careful here. Yeah, the Zergling aggression isn't going to quite work out just yet. He's gonna have to be a little bit more patient. I don't think he can get in here or anything like that. Let's see, no upgrades at all yet for Oddz either. And he is going to go Colossus after this, the good old-fashioned Death Ball. Going to try to get that Colossus Void Ray composition possibly. He's going to need to take another base sometime, and that's where things might be a little bit tricky because we do have 15 Hydras on the way. A lot of them spawning right now. Yeah, so this could make it a little bit difficult for that 3rd to get taken. Speaking of extra bases, a 4th going down for BoongBoongprime. Not a lot Phoenixes can do against that. It's the old Phoenixes can't win you the game thing, you know? They can do a lot of damage to units, they can harass a lot, but when it comes down to it, they can't kill buildings. You need something else for that. Something like Colossi. And, oh, some force fields trapping a few of those Zerglings. And looks like BoongBoongprime, though, just really pulling ahead in the supply. I mean, Oddz is still sitting on 2 bases, and that's really kind of slowing him down. Now he's going to try to take that 3rd. Have to see how well he can hold that. Meanwhile, BoongBoongprime, he's gotten his upgrade for his Hydras. He's making a Spire too, very cool. Of course, most Zergs do eventually want to go the Broodlord route. Broodlord route. Say that 5 times fast. Broodlord route. Broodlord route. Okay, it's not as hard as I thought. Never mind. Alright, it's not so bad. First Colossus is out right now for Oddz, so that's going to help him a little bit, but his army is just so small. I mean, he's 60 food behind. I have got this feeling that despite Colossi being very good against both Hydras and Zerglings, it's just going to be too much for Oddz to handle. We'll have to wait and see, though. Here he comes, and trying to focus down that Colossi. He has to make a run for it here. Colossi firing from the background. Thermal Lance is not completed yet. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. All the gateway units dying so quickly that Colossus is losing its protection very, very fast. It does go down. And yeah, I think at this point we might be about to see a GG. Really dedicating a lot of resources to the Stargate tech this game, and it didn't work out quite as well as I think Oddz was hoping. One more Colossus trying to hold the line, but look at how fast those Hydralisks just rip through everything that Oddz has. Colossus is going to get taken out very, very quickly. The probe's coming off the line. More Zergling reinforcements streaming in. GG, there it is. BoongBoongprime taking down Oddz in game 1 here, and we're going to move right on to game 2.